AI art became something of a hot-button issue over the course of 2022, a clear sign that sooner or later our mechanical overlords will rise up and take all of our creative ventures away from us, as soon as the AI figures out how to draw hands. Programs such as DALL-E and Midjourney have become fun little trinkets to play around with online. Sure, there are a lot of ethical questions and debates one could have about AI-generated artwork, but I'm not really the sort of person to have those debates.
I worked my ass off to get where I am. And you take these shortcuts and you think suddenly you're my peer? You do what I do because you're funny and you can make people laugh? I committed my life to this!
I just want to look at cool pictures. And fortunately, YouTube has decided to answer my prayers, almost as if there's some kind of algorithm showing me things I want to see, with various things being reinterpreted as movies through the lens of AI artwork. And since my recommended feed is absolutely flooded with these videos, I figured I'd grab a few of the more interesting ones and just kind of dissect them. Review the ones that seemed the most interesting in terms of presentation. I'll make sure to add the name of every relevant channel for each of these I decide to cover, so you can look at these videos in full. I'm not going to cover every single image from every single one, after all.
Get yourself killed, you bloody hollow.
I think it would make the most sense to start off with this Dark Souls one, since I'm pretty sure this is the one that kicked off the entire trend in the first place, and honestly, these look pretty damn stunning. It's got a real Dark Crystal / Labyrinth vibe to it. Okay, admittedly the crow has one leg too many, but you should expect things like this when it comes to AI art. Shit, they gave my boy Andre a shirt? That's a cardinal sin right there. Damn, Sif is looking pretty damn clean here, although I really have to wonder how a director would get a wolf to hold a sword in his mouth for any length of time. I'm not entirely sure why, but the AI decided to turn Ornstein into a woman and Smo into a not fat guy. Huh. I could still imagine these two getting up to some bulk and skull type shenanigans though. And here we have the AI's rendition of Lost Izalith. Damn, this image absolutely 100% goes hard. You know, the video caption says that this is Gwyn, but he's looking a lot more like Gwyndolin here. I don't know, it's kinda hard to imagine Gwyn as anything other than a gigantic emo Santa Claus.
There, seek lest.
And since we started with Dark Souls 1, let's see what the hypothetical sequel would look like as a movie. Fuck you, Dark Souls 2 was good. Majula is probably one of the prettiest hub areas in any Souls game, but it ain't looking so hot here. If you drive 5 minutes outside of Dublin, you'll see like 50 areas that look exactly like this. It's wild. You know, the Emerald Herald here is looking a lot redder than she ought to, but nobody's perfect.
Damn, boy, he's thick, boy!
You know, I really have to give the AI credit where it's due. It's really good at capturing that kinda claymation style look a lot of monsters had in classic fantasy movies. Man, I wish the gutter had looked half this cool in the game. The caption says this is supposed to be the Rotten, but it's very clearly just Lord Zed from Power Rangers. Yeah, I think the AI took the name Mirror Knight a little too literally. Imagine going through a fog wall and this dude just smashes a giant plate over your head Tom and Jerry style. The Burnt Ivory King is just Sauron cosplaying as Batman.
Where's the trigger? Where is it?
I would say, ultimately, this one seems to have a stronger focus on presenting the environments, whereas the original Dark Souls video has a bit more emphasis on character designs, but they're both solid in their own ways.
Such a lust for revenge? Ooh!
I really appreciate that Venom Snake looks a lot like David Hasselhoff, although I guess in this one he's like a cross between David Hasselhoff and Kurt Russell.
Yee ass haircut.
This version of Sahelanthropus right here, perfect, pristine, an absolutely amazing mecha design. This one, yeah, not so much. Skullface, on the other hand, well, he looks a lot more like Mr. X from Resident Evil 2, if I'm being totally honest. But then again, that's a look that would be really hard to recreate with practical effects.
Tonight, an inside look at Tourette syndrome. I'm Chris Hansen.
Yeah, nice try, pal. I know a totally unaltered picture of Markiplier when I see one.
Dude, put that thing away! They're like children here!
Walter. Put your dick away, Walter.
I'm into this one for two reasons. First of all, anyone who's been to this channel for any length of time knows that I'm a die-hard Breaking Bad / Better Call Saul fan. And secondly, well, I just really like the premise of it. Sir Walter White, the evil alchemist selling his illegal potions to the people, all while being chased by Lord Hank, the Sheriff of Albuquerque, who discovers the truth about Sir Walter while taking a fat shit. Although, on the other hand, it looks like there's a horse growing out of Jesse's chest. On the other hand, Saul looks like he's got the slickest drip in the world on, so it all balances out.
Layers! Onions have layers. Ogres have layers. Onions have layers. You get it. We both have layers.
Honestly, this one is incredibly solid from a design standpoint. It really does look like a puppet straight out of like Dark Crystal or something. And yeah, if it was a live-action movie from the 80s, Shrek definitely would have had Donkey as a literal, actual donkey. Probably still voiced by Eddie Murphy too.
That's the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh, no. If I wasn't afraid of AI art before, I'm very afraid of it now.
Oh my goodness! What in the goddamn?
I'm keen on this New Vegas one for two reasons. First of all, New Vegas is a game that's near and dear to my heart. But secondly, I feel Fallout as a franchise lends itself really well to this type of aesthetic. The armor of the Ranger here looks sick as hell, but that sign behind him, yeah, that ain't it, Chief. Don't ask an AI to write out any sort of text. Worst mistake of my life. Oh, sweet Jesus, they made the cazadors even worse. Just imagine like 10 of these things jumping your ass as soon as you leave Goodsprings. This Yes Man design is honestly one of my personal favorites out of all these AI videos. It takes the same general idea of what Yes Man is as a character, a retro-futurist robot with a big smiling face, but approaches it from a whole different angle, creating something that's easily recognizable as the character it's emulating, but is also its own thing. I'm of a mind that if anime and manga had been bigger in the West around the time Conan the Barbarian was made into a film, there's decent odds there would have been studios clamoring to do something with Berserk. Probably would have sucked, but still. I'd say this is a case where the AI's character designs are generally solid and manage to convey a fair bit of the characters they're trying to recreate. Some more than others in this case.
Nice.
Boy, 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 boy.
I like how Kratos looks relatively normal in a lot of these, and then there's just this one image where he's turned into this Jim Henson monstrosity. Like, you look at Atreus here and it's like, yeah, that's a real human person almost, and then Kratos is there just looking like a chiseled hunk of stone. You gotta shoot from further away, Atreus. It's not gonna work from that angle. That's not what bows are for. Well, that's probably enough for one video. Feel free to let me know if you'd like me to take a look at more of these AI art movie type videos. There's quite a few of them, and I imagine there's gonna be a lot more in the future. In conclusion, I'd say AI artwork is a fun little curio, but at present the technology is still in its infancy and it's not quite at a point where it could really compete with conventional artists. While I would say the AI generated imagery shown in a lot of these videos is, for the most part, solid, you can't help but notice imperfections and flaws, things that the AI can't really pick up on, minor details or just background notes that get glossed over by the machinery. If nothing else, I do think it'll be pretty interesting to see how the technology develops moving forward. Don't forget to check out the full videos used over the course of this video, and yeah, have a good one.